professional. How did they describe it?
So my first solo exhibition and the title was called Evolution.
Oh my God, I'm enjoying this small art talk. I love this energy. You guys don't even, I'm a spiritual person. I fully agree. It comes from God.
100%, yes. I could tell you stories outside of this. It's 100%.
Something crazy and so many things and so many miracles. Like, you can't even, there's no one else doing it. How about that? There's no power in the world can do it.
Yes, that's so true, and that's one of the reasons why I love trees, but I also love the butterflies because of the association, the spirituality that is associated with the butterflies, right? And the transformation and the metamorphosis, and so many people look at the butterfly and think about the resurrection, and they think about new life, new beginnings, and the changes that we go through. Even, some people associate it with the afterlife, right? Mm-hmm. And it has so many connotations and so many meanings, but at the end of the day, it's all beautiful.
Yes.
It's just pure beauty.
Yes.
Right? I love it.
I love it too. What do you think? What advice would you give to artists, the beginners, or maybe who struggle? You did this change from corporate world into art, and I was on this path. I had so much anxiety and fear to start, jump there. You know what I mean? What is your, how did you do that?
Okay, so one, I had no fear. I had no anxiety at all. So it was kind of like a new beginning for me as well in my life. I was just remarried. So new life, right? Just completely remarried. My husband, he saw how passionate I was about art. And because I continued painting throughout my corporate career, right? And he was like, why don't you retire from the corporate world and focus on your art? And I was just like, well, I've never even thought about that, Diana, ever before, because it was just a hobby. It was just part of me, but not, I never even considered it. But when he said it, I was just like, well, why don't I?
I know.
So then I was just like, okay, I'm doing it. And then I just did it, and I never regretted it. I never looked back, and I'm here where I am now because of that change. But I had no fear. I had no anxiety. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't think, oh, I'm great, this is going to take off. I had nothing but passion. And I knew how passionate I was about my art. I knew how passionate I had always been. And so when my husband gave me that opportunity, I was just like, I have to do it because I know it's in here.
Yes.
And that's what happened to me. So what advice I would give to any artist is, if it's in you, if it's in your soul, in your spirit, and you're passionate, just go for it. There's nothing you can lose. There's a lot to gain,
True.
a lot to give to this world. In terms of your art, everything is unique and different, right? But you're a wonderful artist. It's very different from what I can bring. I can't bring what you bring. You can't bring what I bring. But it's all adding and contributing to this beautiful world.
Yes, I agree. It's a small talk. I'm not gonna driving you guys crazy and overload my friend Cassandra from questions. My last one. If you would think or pick any artist in the entire world from the beginning of humanity, who would be your first collaborator?
Okay, so that's easy peasy. For anybody who knows me, my favorite artist of all time is Van Gogh. So, Van Gogh, I love Van Gogh. I've studied Van Gogh, I've had documentaries, books. Every work of his, I could jump in and find a happy place.
Yes.
And I would just choose Van Gogh. Hands down, just Van Gogh, and if you ask me for my second and third, it'd probably be Van Gogh, and then Van Gogh. That's how much I love Van Gogh.
Yes. No, I relate. And we spoke behind cameras a couple minutes ago, and we both agreed that Van Gogh was so underestimated. When he was painting, and that's a bit sad, and all his life, probably he thought underestimated and not good enough, maybe.
Not appreciated.
Not appreciated. Yes.
And it's true. He suffered from depression. I honestly, I'm going to tell you a story.
Yes.
I cried. I was reading about Van Gogh, one of my books, and I've read about him many times. I probably read this many times. This one time it resonated with me more than it did before, and how I don't know if he saw one work of art in his entire life, or very few.
I think one.
It was one. Yes. And I got so sad because he must have felt so horrible.
Yes.
Because as an artist, you don't just want to create. You want to create, but you want to distribute, and you want others to appreciate it and buy it, and it go into different homes, goes into collections. And Diana, I cried because I was like, I'm so blessed. Mm-hmm. I live in the world now. I just took a stab and decided to go for it, and I'm very thankful, very blessed to have sold many pieces of my art. And when I read that, this last time, I cried. Because I was just like, oh my gosh, he's just amazing, genius, brilliant.
Yes.
And he couldn't have this feeling that we have.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm nothing compared to Van Gogh. But I'm selling, and I have that reward.
Yes.
Yeah, and he couldn't feel that in his lifetime.
Yes.
And it made me cry. I'm a crybaby.
And I'm a hugger. How about that collaboration?
So it did make me cry.
Love it. Thank you so much, guys. This was Cassandra, my friend. She's amazing. Come visit her studio. You will be blowing away. I'm gonna put the address of her studio and down below this video. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you. I love your outfit. Thank you so much.
Give me a hug, but don't cry. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.